Hello everyone, Trina here with a quick flip through of some Christmas cards that I've done recently. Um, yeah, and I think at the end I'm going to throw in some bonus Thanksgiving cards that are, some are complete, some are kind of like, they need additional stuff, and I just haven't decided what yet. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. The first two I did with a paper pad that I got from Michael's. I believe it's called Sugar Plums. It's one of the Hot Buy, I think it might be Recollections. And I also used this punch, I think it's We Are Memory Keepers. It's a letter punch. And right now I only have the capital letters, but it's my understanding that there are lowercase letters as well as numbers available, so yay for that. So as you can see, I used two different pieces of paper out of that. What I really like about that paper pad is that it's pastel, non-traditional Christmas colors, but there's some foil on the paper. I cut out the background out of this Fa La 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 La, and then I took this piece, and I believe in total I cut it like 3 inches, because this is like a standard 5.5 by 4.25 card. So I cut this piece out to be 3 inches, I think, 3 by 4, and then just did this kind of swervy cut on it, and then put one on top and one on bottom, and it is popped up with some dimensionals, as you can see. And I had these little white plastic snowflakes, and I just touched them with a little bit of Wink of Stella to get the gold effect. And it did take a long time to dry, and I did manage to get a lot of it off by touching them, but whatever. And I used a little bit of baker's twine here to add a little added interest. So 'tis the season, and this season came from, it's a Tim Holtz, a lot of Christmas words in a set. Dies, yeah, can't talk today. Anyway, it's storming outside, and unfortunately I kind of made a gluey mess, and I tried to clean it up, but it didn't work that well. But anyway, I'm showing these just for maybe to provide some inspiration. And I did mat that onto some mirror gold, oh Jesus, really, cardstock, gold mirrored cardstock. And then I just stamped it inside. Peace and joy to you and yours. And that is the first card with its envelope. Second card, I used the same paper pad, the Sugar Plums, this nice purple with the snowflakes with the gold foil. I did do some matting. I put it on a purple, complementary purple cardstock there, and used some baker's twine there, did it 3 strands, just left it like that. And then just a piece of white cardstock, very heavyweight, I don't remember what it was, and more of that purple cardstock there that I matted that onto. I have a little snowflake punch, might be a We Are Memories Keeper, or Fiskars actually. It's a Fiskars punch, and punched a couple little snowflakes out of that gold mirror paper cardstock. And then did a band here with that gold mirror cardstock as well. So just simple, kind of elegant, I think. And did a little stamping inside. But this is for someone who has a favorite color of purple. So anyway, there's that one. Just a simple little design. And then this I made. I used a stamp set. Gosh, I don't remember which one it was, but it was something, I probably got it from Michael's, somewhere like that. Anyway, so it's a 6x6 card, and I started out with a card base, obviously, and then there's gold foil or mirror cardstock in the background, and then here is the main piece of paper, and I inked that up with some Tim Holtz Distress ink to give it just a sky look. Oh my gosh, focus, there we go. And then I use that same snowflake punch, and I put a little bit of glue in the very center of each snowflake, and sprinkled some glitter on, and then I don't know if you can tell or not, but on the rest of the snowflake, aside from the center, I did use some Wink of Stella. I can see it sparkling, I just don't know how well the camera's going to pick it up. And then I just colored the trees that were there, and then I did the Santa here, colored him. Unfortunately, the stamp, when I laid it down to position it originally, it left something behind, even though it had never been used before, but I went ahead and colored it and went with it and thought maybe it added to the distress. I don't know. And then I have a snow pen that I got off of Amazon, and I put it on the white areas here. And it's one that you color on it and then you heat it up and it gets puffy. I think you can probably see the puffiness. And then I went back over it with some glue, just in random spots, and then used some glitter. And the same thing here on the snow banks. I used that snow pen and then went back over it with some glitter. And here I used a stamp. I love this stamp. It's in a haul video that I have for Amazon. And I love, love, love this stamp set that I got. But anyway, so I used some red embossing. Yep. What is it? Powder. Thank you. Red embossing powder, and embossed that. So it's a shiny, sparkly red. And then inside, as you saw, just a quick little thinking of you at Christmas. Anyway, besides the trees, oh, I did some gold Wink of Stella there, gold Wink of Stella there, and on the belt buckle. And this was colored with colored pencil. So anyway, besides, excuse me. Oh my gosh. Besides not being thrilled with the trees and that I don't know what happened there, I was really pleased with this card. I thought it turned out really super pretty. And I do have this snowbank up on dimensionals. I don't know if you can tell. Santa is up on dimensionals as well. And that is that card. And then these two cards, my granddaughter and I were working together. I helped her do this one. But this is just black cardstock that I made into a slimline card. And we did an extra piece of white cardstock here so that we could do stamping so that there was place to write. And all of this is just a bunch of different pieces of washi tape that I happen to have. So we put the washi on in just different diagonal patterns. And then using that same punch I mentioned before, I punched out Sister. I actually made this for my mother to give to her sister. And then using the Tim Holtz Christmas die cut stamp set, or die cut set, geez, I cut out Merry Christmas. And I cut it out 3 times in black and then once in white. I don't know if you can tell very well, but just to give it some lift and a little added interest with the different color underneath. And, you know, maybe to cast a little bit of a shadow. So there is that one. It's really pretty. I was really happy with the way that this turned out. And then this one is basically the same. The only difference is that instead of it saying Sister and Merry Christmas, well, obviously some of the stripes are a little bit different in terms of how far they go and so forth. And this is the one that I helped my granddaughter with, and she's 7. So we punched out Christmas and greetings on this one. And then, of course, I did the 3 layers of black and then 1 layer of white there. So essentially the same. There's that. All right, now as an added bonus, I don't know if you'd really consider it a bonus, but that's what I'm going with. We made some Thanksgiving cards, and I don't want to say that they're finished because, yeah, I can't figure out what to do with the fronts of these, but this was mine, and she and I inked up using all Tim Holtz colors, either distressed or oxide inks. We inked up these papers, and then used, I used this leaf that I got from, I've got a whole bunch of leaves from the Dollar Tree, and we distressed the edges, and it's just on craft cardstock. That one's mine. And this is my granddaughter's. She chose this particular leaf, which is kind of a green burlap, I guess. And that's her inking that she did. And I think she chose green because there's so much green in her background that she thought it would match nicely. So there are those. And then we both did these. We did some ink blending using a stencil. And then we did some more ink blending and then cut it out using a pumpkin die. And that's on, I believe we used like a rose gold sort of mirror cardstock in the background. But I really liked her ink blending on the background a lot better than I liked mine. But there are those. I don't know if we stamped on the inside. No, we didn't do that. So I felt like we needed a sentiment out there, but I just haven't decided yet. It's just one of those things you get, I guess, too close to it. You need to walk away from it for a little while, because as I'm standing here, things are coming into mind. And then we did these. Excuse me, again. And this is a designer paper pad that we got from Michael's. I don't recall the name of it off the top of my head, but it's double matte. Well, it's matted on some gray cardstock there on a black card, and there's a scallop punch, and then I have some paper that I got from Michael's, a paper pad that has all embossed designs in it in different colors, and then cut out a piece of cardstock and just stamped it with that Happy Thanksgiving. And she did hers, and it's almost like mine, just a little different. As you can see, her items are placed a little differently, but again, she's 7 and she's trying and she's learning, but I thought it was really super cute anyway. So there's hers and mine. And then, well, let's do this one. So here's mine, and this is another paper pad from Michael's. It's kind of a Thanksgiving one, and I don't recall the name of it, but I just used one piece of designer cardstock in the background. And then this is a piece of gold paper out of the paper pad, and it actually has a design on it, but then I laid another piece of paper, a strip from the card pack there, little matting layer there with some more designer cardstock on top, and 3 little flat back pearls there. And as I was building this, I was telling her, you know, put this on first and then put this on and blah, blah, blah. And she said, well, that's not how I want to do it. So this was her version of this. So you can see that she did a little bit differently. But the point is that she takes great pride in doing these things, and she really likes crafting with me, which is why she has her own little tonic mixed media mat here, the Tim Holtz mat. It's the travel one, but I'd keep it in here. But yeah, so then we have these cards that we made, and again, using that same paper pad, put some of that gold design cardstock there with the other color there, and then this with a blue plain cardstock underneath to mat that. And then mine says, hello fall my old friend, some baker's twine tied in a bow. And then here's hers, which I thought turned out really cute. And hers say leaves and the fall breeze. And these were from cut apart sheet in this paper pad. And that's her little bow. So anyway, you guys, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you liked this video, please hit the like button. Consider subscribing. And hit the bell to get notifications if you'd like to see more videos similar to these. I'd really appreciate it if you'd subscribe. And if you want to see more content like this, you'll get notifications if you click that bell. And watch either of these videos here if you're interested in more. Thanks again. I appreciate it. Have a great holiday season. Bye!